Hello champion, welcome to my math class. I'll be solving the Igcse variant 2-3 May-June 2025. And I'm teacher Adam. And I will solve by showing videos and different tutorials. Thank you. Welcome. Question number one. Is say the probability of picking a green pen from a box is 0.17. Find the probability of not picking a green pen from the box. So it comes from the topic of probability and statistics. Probability and statistics. Okay, so probability of an event happening, probability of picking PG is equal to 0.17. So probability of picking a green pen from a box is 0.17. Find the probability of not picking a green pen from the box. So you say probability of an event happening plus probability of an event not happening should be equal to 1. Therefore, P naught is equal to 1 minus P picking green. 1 minus the probability of picking green. 1 minus 0.17. You get 0.83. This is the answer. You get 0.83. That becomes your answer. Question number 2, it comes from the unit of geometry. This comes from the unit of geometry. Whereby you're talking about angles. So ABCD is a quadrilateral, a shape with 4 sides. CDE is a straight line. AFB is an isosceles triangle. 2 sides are equal and 2 base angles are equal. Find the value of x and the value of y. Sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. These are the examiner's tricks that you need to know. So if this is 30 degrees, therefore this angle, it's 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, you get 150. 150 divided by 2, you get 75. So this is 75 and this one is also 75. Correct. And then another thing, angles in a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, you say 180 minus 104, you get 76. Therefore, this is 76 degrees. Correct. Then we say angles in quadrilaterals add up to 360 degrees. Therefore, you say angle 70 plus angle 130 plus angle 76 plus angle x should be equal to 360 degrees. When you add this, you get 276 plus angle x is equal to 360 degrees. Angle x will be 360 minus 276. What do you get? You get as 84 degrees. So x is equal to 84 degrees. Therefore, angle x is equal to 84 degrees. Angle y is equal to 75 degrees. Correct. You get your 4 marks. Then we go to question 3. The diagram shows a pyramid ABCD with a square base. M is the center of the square base. E is vertically above M. Write down the number of plane of symmetry of this pyramid. This is very simple. When talking about line of symmetry, plane of symmetry is very simple. That comes from 2D shapes and 3D shapes. So, and identifying the line of symmetry. What's a line of symmetry? A line of symmetry is a line that divides a shape into 2 copies of the same kind, so that when you flip, they fit exactly the same. Wow, amazing. How many plane of symmetry do you think you'll have from this shape? Obviously, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 plane of symmetry. Using 2 of the letters from A, B, C, D, E, and M, complete the statement about the pyramid. The axis of rotational symmetry passes through the point. Obviously, if you go back to the shape, so here I say, using 2 letters, the axis of rotational symmetry passes through the point. Obviously, it will be here, the middle. EM, that's where the axis of symmetry passes through. EM, so we write here, E passes through the E and M. There's no other point. The number of ice cream sold increases as the temperature rises. What type of correlation does this statement describe? Increases as temperature rises. It's true. It's positive correlation. You just don't need even to think twice. Positive correlation. Very important question. Oh, here. Movement of solids in plane. We say transformation. Very important unit. It doesn't miss. If it comes in paper 2, you will not see it in paper 4, or sometimes they can examine you in both papers. So prepare yourself, just know it is a must for it to come. It's like quadratic, it's like any other topic. Transformation. So say, here we have shape A and B, even without knowing the question. This is small, this is big. Enlargement. Types of transformation, we have translation, we have reflection, we have rotation, and we have enlargement. These three, the size is not affected. Size remain the same. Size remain the same, like similar size. But this enlargement, size change. So here, obviously, the first thing, A is smaller, but B is bigger, and B is the image. So that's enlargement. So we go to the question. Question A, describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. The first thing we say, it's enlargement. We get that. And to explain transformation, to get scale factor, we take the image length divided by the object length. The image length, you can see it's 9. Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9. The object length 1, 2, 3. Divide by 3, you get 3. So 9 divided by 3, it's 3 times. If this is 3, that's 3 times 3, you get 9. If this is 1, we see here 1, 2, 3. So 1 times 3, you get 3. So it's 3. Everything has been multiplied by 3. So the scale factor has to be mentioned. Scale factor. Scale factor 3. Then center. Center of enlargement. Very important. Center of enlargement. How do we get center of enlargement? You just take, okay, each shape to its, if this was A, go to A image. Draw a straight line. Just draw a very straight line. And this is B. Draw a straight line from that point, B image and B. Connect with the straight line. You will see this. If you connect it, make sure that this is straight. So you see where they meet, that's the center of, this is center of, where these lines meet, that's called center of enlargement. This is center of enlargement, and the center of enlargement is at coordinate 1, 2. Wow, it's at coordinate 1, 2. Let's go. So we scroll down, it's at coordinate point 1, 2. Wow, that's fine. And you get your 3 marks. As simple as it is. On the grid, draw the image of triangle A after reflection, line x negative. So this is the mirror line. Let's go to mirror line x negative 1. You go to x negative 1, that's x negative 1. So this is the mirror line 1, 2. So the other side will be 1, 2. So this point will be there, this point. And then this is how many points? 1, 1, 2, 3. Obviously from the mirror line, 1, 2, 3. Correct. So it will be here. And then we have this point. How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. Then draw. We draw our image as that. This will be a image. Correct. So the points will be at -3. You have -3, 3. So the coordinate will be at -3, 3. Correct. And then we'll have -6, 1. Correct. And then we'll have -4, 4. This will be image after reflection in the line x is equal to -1. Triangle A after rotation 90 degrees clockwise. Triangle A after rotation 90 degrees clockwise, center 1, -2. Correct. So we're still going. We say triangle A after rotation 90 degrees clockwise, center 1, -2. So center 1, center is 1, -2. So we go to the center, center 1. Triangle A after rotation 90 degrees clockwise, center 1, -2. So it's 1, -2, and then this is the object, 90 degrees clockwise. So you are moving the object 90 degrees clockwise. So will you another point B? So when you move 90 degrees clockwise, so that means if this is the point, 90 degrees clockwise, it means you're going on the same direction. So this one will be, if that's the point, pap, you'll go to, the point will move to, if you're moving that point, it will move to 4, -5. It will be 4, -5, because now if that's point, you shift 90 degrees clockwise. You can either use your protractor. If you're not good at, you just use your protractor and you get correct answer. I'll just show here the vertices that will give you the correct answer. Scroll down as long as you find the center of rotation. So 90 degrees clockwise, you will end up, your image will end up at, so you go at 6, -2. So you have 6, then it will move to -2. It will move at 6, -2, and then you have 7, -3, then you have 7, -3, and then we have 4, -5, then we have 4, -5. So this is how the object will be moving. Everything will be at 90 degrees with its position. So if that 90 degrees, and then look at this other one, even this one, you move from that point to the point of rotations, and then it's moved to this point, and then this point here to that point, 90 degree, this point here to this point. So it's easy. You get your point and then you draw your shape. Correct. Yep. So this is second image, and you get correct answer after rotation. This is very important unit. Question number 6. So we say there are 15 giraffes in a group. The table gives information about the heights of the 15 giraffe. This is very simple. Stem and leaf plot. It's always statistics. It's in the topic of statistics. Very important topic. And subunit, stem and leaf plot. Stem and leaf plot. Just knowing how to read. One giraffe has a height of 2.6 meters. No giraffe is shorter than 2.5 meters. The range of the heights for the 15 giraffes is 2.3 meters. More than 3 giraffes have the same height. The model height for the giraffe is 3.9. So model, it means the one with the highest frequency. This one is the one that has the highest frequency. So it will be more than 3.7, 3.7. So there is a height 3.9, which has more frequency, or reappears the most. The stem and leaf diagram shows information about the height of nine of these giraffes. So let's go to the stem. So we have how many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 15 minus 9. So there are 6 more that are missing. 6 more measurements that are missing. 1, say 4.1 represents the giraffe height of 4.1 meters. So this is 4. So it means 4.1, 4.1, 4.1. So 4.1, 4.1, 4.4, 4.5, 4.7. So use the information in the table to complete the stem and leaf diagram for the group of the 15 giraffe. One thing we know, one giraffe has a height of 2.6 meters. So let's go, what is missing? One giraffe has a height of 2.6. So we have 2.5 and then we have 2.6. Therefore, if you do that, it means 15 minus 10, we have 5. So 5 are remaining. And then we ask ourselves, says the model height for the giraffe is 3.9. And they say more than 3 giraffes have the same height. More than 3 giraffes have the same height. Okay, we have that. That is also in our mind. More than 3 giraffes have the same height. And then they say no giraffe is shorter than 2.5. Okay, no giraffe is shorter than 2.5. It means that's the smallest height. And they say the range of the height for the 15 giraffe is 2.3. Now we understand the range. What is range? Range is the difference between the highest length minus the shortest length. So range. So we have, where is our highest length? Our highest length is our highest length here, we don't know our highest length, but we have the range. The range of the height of the 15 giraffe is 2.3. So the range is 2.3 meters. That's what we know. But we know the smallest. We know the smallest is 2.5. So 2.5 and 2.3, which is the range, plus 2.5, it will give us the largest. Because to find the range, you have to get the highest value minus the lowest value. Now here, we're talking about the length. To get the range, we have to find the difference between the largest height minus the smallest height. Because we've been given the range and we have the shortest height, to get the largest height, we just add the range plus the shortest length. We get 4.8. Now we go to our stem and leaf plot. We put 4.8 and we add 8 here, correct? So we have 4.8. When you do that, it means 4 left. We remain with 4. So 4 is remaining. Now, in our question, we have cleared this one. We have done that one. So the range of the height, we have done that. More than 3 giraffes have the same height. So that means the stem and leaf show the information about the height of, and then they say the model height for the giraffe is 3.9. So obviously this has 2. This has 2. The one with we can say the one that has the highest frequency is 3.7, which has 2. So obviously the remaining 4 will be 9. Correct. And you answer like that. There will be 9, the remaining 4, which are this one. Then we'll have the frequency will be 15. If we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Correct. We have filled and you get your 3 marks. This is how you fill your stem and leaf plot. Correct. The next question, champion. Wow. This is very easy. Topic of fraction. The topic of fraction. In the topic of fraction, we are talking about, now this is subtraction. Give your answer as a fraction they say as a fraction in simplest form. This is what you need to identify, dear candidate. This is very important. Identifying what they really want you to answer. Leave your answer as a fraction in simplest form. So common, if you don't know, you can find common multiple, or you can find the LCM. Find the LCM of 6 and 12. You know, 2 there is 3, and then here 6, 2, 3, 3, then 3, 1, 1. So LCM is 4 times 3, which is 12. And then, so therefore, common multiple is 12. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So 2 times 5 minus, 12 divided by 12 is 1. So 1 times 7. So your answer is 10 minus 7 over 12. It's simple. 3 out of 12. They say in simplest form, divide by 3, divide by 3. Both sides, divide by 3, divide by 3. Divide by 3 in the numerator, divide by 3 in the denominator. You end up getting 1 over 4. Show them that you understand. And then give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Wow. The second question, as a mixed number in simplest form. This is where the examiner's trick is. The first thing that you need to show is 3 marks question. So show how you convert. So 3 times 1. Convert the mixed number into improper fraction. Show that you understand. If you do that, there's a mark that. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So 4 out of 3. Then when you're dividing, you have to multiply and then change. The denominator becomes the numerator, and then the numerator becomes the denominator. You swap the second fraction. You change it. 15 over 8. Then simplify. 4 there 1, 4 there 2, 3 there 1, 3 there 5. Your answer is 5 over 2. Give your answer as a mixed number. Wow, give your answer as a mixed number. So that means if we leave our answer as 5 over 2, we will not get correct answer. We'll lose 1 mark. Yeah, you can leave your answer in that form and get there, but you will not get for the correct. Give your answer as a mixed number. Understand that, dear candidate. So divide 5, divide by 2. It's 2 times 2, it goes twice. Then that's 4 minus 1, 1. So remainder, so it's 2, 1 over 2. Your answer becomes 2, 1 over 2. You get correct answer. Number 8, write 42 as a product of its prime factor. 42 as a product of its prime factor. What are prime numbers? These are numbers that are divided by 1 and itself only. Therefore, use the least prime number is 2. So 2 into 42 is 21. Then 3, 7. So write the number is 2 times 3 times 7. Wow. So you write 2 times 3 times 7. Wow. Find the highest common factor, HCF, of 84 and 70. Highest common factor. So we have 84. 84 can be divisible by what? 84, the simple one, and 70. And then say, ask myself, 2 can divide both of them, 42 and this 35. Which number can divide both of them? It's 7. 7 can divide 42 6 times. That's 5 times. There is no number that can divide 6 and 5. Therefore, HCF is 2 times 7, which is 14. Correct. And you see 14 divide 84 how many times? And 14 divided 70 how many times? Correct. Solve. We're going to this question, quadratics. Quadratics. It comes from, it's a subunit of algebra. Quadratics. Subunit of algebra. You have 5x squared is equal to 12 minus 7x. They want to solve. So bring it. 5x squared plus 17x, take negative 17 the other side, and then 12, it becomes minus 12 is equal to 0. Remember, you are arranging it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, and c, they are what? They are coefficient numbers before the variable. Correct. Now, a is 5, b is 17, and c is negative 12. So what do we do in that case? It's very simple. We will use a is 5, b is 17, and c is negative 12. We use our formula method to find the value of x, which is negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. In that case, you say negative b, you say negative 17 plus or minus b square is 17 square minus 4 times a, which is 5, times c, which is negative 12, divided by 2 times 5. Correct. So in that case, say negative 17 plus or minus square root 289 minus 289 minus so 4 times 5 is 20, 20 times that is minus 240. When you add, so 289 plus 240, it is 9, 12, 529, correct, over 10. So you end up getting your answer as negative 17 plus or minus square root of 529 over 10. Correct. So if you factorize that one, you get negative 17. So x is equal to negative 17. So we can either square root of 529 is 23. So it's negative 17 plus 23, plus 23 out of 10. That's the first one. Or negative 17 minus 23 out of 10. If you do that, your x will be negative 40. You have negative 40 over 10, which is negative 4. So x is equal to negative 4. Or negative 17 plus 23, that means negative 17 plus 23, it is equal to 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is the same as, if you divide, is same as 0.6 or 3 over 5. Wow, correct. So those are the answers. Then where a and b are integers, one solution of this equation is x is equal to 6. Write down the other solution. This is very simple. If you're asked that one solution is 6 and then write down the other solution, it's easy. Just say negative 6. There's nothing to hide there. So ax squared plus a is equal to b, where a and b are integers. One solution of this equation is x is equal to 6. Write down the other solution. When you're given a quadratic will always have a positive and negative solution. So therefore, if one is positive, then one will be negative. So you just say negative 6 as your answer. And then let's go to question number 10. This is the topic of algebra and its simultaneous equation. So it's very simple. Solve the simultaneous equation. So what do? You say now 4x minus 5y and then is equal to 13. And then say 3x minus 2y is equal to 8. Swap the variables. You say you will multiply by by 3 and 4. Multiply that, what do you get in that case? You say 3 times 4, you get 12x minus 15y is equal to 39, and then you say 12x minus 8y is equal to 32. 12x minus 12x is 0, minus 8y is minus 7y is equal to 39 minus 32 is 7. So divide by -7, divide by -7, y is equal to -1. Correct. And then you go to choose one of the formula. You say 4x minus 5y is equal to 13. So 4x minus 5 times -1 is equal to 13. 4x plus 5 is equal to 13. 4x is equal to 13 minus 5. 4x is equal to 8. Divide by 4, divide by 4. X is equal to 2. So y is -1 and x is 2. Correct. Number 11. Angela picks a number at random from the number 1, 2, and 3. She then picks a number at random from the number 4, 5, and 6. She adds the two numbers to find the total. Complete the table to show the possible outcome. So possible outcome, you add. Just 1 plus 5, what do you get? You get 6. 5 plus 2, what do you get? 7. 5 plus 3, what do you get? 8. 6 plus 1, what do you get? 7. 6 plus 2, what do you get? 8. Then 6 plus 3, what do you get? 9. Correct. Then you feel that you get your 2 marks. Wow. Continue. 11b. Given that the total is odd, find the probability that one of the numbers Angela picks is 3. Correct. So given that the total is odd, so what is the total? We just want to find the total that the number is odd. Probability that he picks 3. So what we understand, how many outcomes do we have in the number 3? Yeah. And then we have to find total outcome of the odd numbers. Let's find the total outcome of the odd numbers. So given that the total is odd, find the probability that one of the numbers Angela picks is 3. So we say, if Angela, first of all, we need to find the total outcome of the odd numbers. Odd numbers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the total outcome of the odd numbers. We have 5. So we have 5 odd numbers. And they say, given that the total is odd, one of the numbers Angela picks is 3. Therefore, so the outcomes of 3 that we get odd numbers, how many? There are only 2 from 3. 2 odd numbers, which is 7 and 9. So 2 out of 5. Probability of picking odd number and the sum of the odd numbers and the pick is from the 3. It will be 2 out of the total, which is odd. So 2p picking 3 will be equal to number of possible outcome, which is 2 over the total outcome 5. So your answer will be 2 out of 5. Correct. Question number 12. A vector. This is a vector question. Scalar vector question. Find 5v. It's simple. Find 5v. 5 times 2 and 5 times -3. What do you get? 10, -15. 10. That's the answer. Okay, so question number 13b. H is the point -3, 8, and K is the point -4, 0. Hj is 7, -2, and then find the magnitude of Jk. So you can have a picture. So we have, let's say we have vector H and then J. So we say this is vector H, vector Hj. Oh, no, let's just put it as Hk. We have vector Hk. Because that's what we start with what we are given first. We're given vector Hk, and then we have vector J, and then this is connected, so we are connected with that. And then we say we have vector Jk, so the one vector Jk, but we're given vector H is -3, 8, and -3, 8, and vector K is -4, 0. So we have vector -4, 0. And then we need to find the magnitude of Jk, the distance. So what we need to do, we need to find, and we know now, what we know, hj, vector hj is the same as j, vector j minus h. Correct. Now let's take vector j minus h. Hj is 7, vector 7, negative 2, which is equal to vector j, which is, j is x, y, minus h, which is negative 3, 8. Correct. So what will be our vector j? That's what we need to find. If you solve it well, here, what you put here, x minus 3, it will be x plus, remember it will be x plus 3, which will be equal to 7. So that means in our explanation here, it will be, remember, the x and x, y and y. So it will be 7 is equal to x plus 3, and negative 2 is equal to y minus 8. So your x on vector j will be 4, and y on vector j will be negative 2 plus 6 plus 8. Negative 2 to be negative 2. It will be negative 2 plus 8, which you get negative 2 plus 8, you get 6. Therefore, the vector j will be 4, 6. Now, after getting the vector j as 4, 6, we go now to jk magnitude. The jk magnitude, remember, goes to the same formula of finding the distance of a line. So what you just say, x1, you can say x2 minus x1 square plus y1 y2 minus y1 square, then find the square root. So because now we have the vector j, which is 4, 6, or we can call it coordinate 4, 6. Then you solve it, the differences now. So you say with x's, we can say negative 4 minus 4 squared plus we can say 0 minus 6 square. Then find the square root. That's the same as negative 8 square plus negative 6 square, which is the same as 64 plus 36 square, and then square root of 100 is equal to 10. This is the distance. Now your answer is 10. jk is equal to 10. You get your marks there. You get all your 4 marks. You have these steps. You have this one for finding. After getting that, you get, and then the last one you get that one. So you have your 4 marks. You can either get for formulas here for supporting your working. Correct. Let's go to the next question. Question number 13. The unit is called circle theorem. The unit is called circle theorem, one of the most important unit in IGCSE math. The question says A, B, C, and D are points on a circle. So A, B, C, D are points on a circle. EF is a tangent to the circle at A. EF is a tangent. We see that EF is a tangent. A tangent touches a circle at one specific point. AB is parallel to DC. AB is parallel to DC means they don't meet. Then find angle DCB, giving geometric reason. Find angle DCB. Let's go. Find angle DCB. Okay. How do you find angle DCB? And we should give a geometric reason to our answer. This is very good. We should give a geometric reason. So what we understand, obviously, we say ABCD is a tangent, ABCD and a point on a circle. We understand that we have a tangent, and then we say they want this angle. Find angle DCB. What we understand that we have a figure ABCD is a quadrilateral. So if you have a quadrilateral in that case, means this angle DAB, or some can call it angle BAD. This one, angle BAD, is supplementary. Yes, so we say that one is supplementary. It is supplementary to angle DCB, or we can call it angle BCD. The same. So what do we understand by supplementary? They add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, what you just need to do is just take 180 minus 60, you get 120 degrees. And that becomes your answer. Just say 180 minus that, you get 120 degrees. That becomes your answer. So angle DCB is 120 degrees. And what's the reason? We say because opposite angles, say opposite angles in quadrilaterals are supplementary, meaning they add up to 180 degrees. Correct. You get your 2 marks for the reason. Find angle DBC. So to find angle DBC, we need first find alternating angle. We need to find alternating angle. So if you go to the question, we say angle CDB, angle CDB is equal to angle ABD, is equal to angle ABD. So angle CBD, angle CDB is equal to angle ABD, which is equal to angle 35 degrees. So we can see, and also another property, we say we can say an angle inside the triangle alternate to an angle which is exterior in the opposite side. So for example here, angle EAD, which is 35 degrees, is the same as the angle ABD. So this angle here, 35, is the same as angle 35 in the opposite direction inside the triangle. So if this is 35, you can see now if you form a Z here, if you form a Z between the parallel lines, and we say our DB is our DB is the transversal. If our DB is the transversal, so you form an alternating angle. So here you get 35 degrees. Therefore, if you get that, you say now 120 degrees plus 35 degrees plus angle DBC will be equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, we say 180 minus 155 degrees. What do you get? You get 25 degrees. Correct. First of all, we have to find alternating angle. Which angle? We say angle CDB is equal to angle ABD, which is equal to 35 degrees. After finding that, now you just say 120 plus 35, you get 155 degrees. Therefore, you say 180 minus 155, you get the angle DBC, which is 25 degrees. And you put your answer there as 25 degrees. You get all 2 marks. Then question number 14. Find the lowest common multiple LCM of 15x y cubed and 18x power 4y. So this comes from the topic of number system subunit LCM, least common multiple. Very important question and always easy. So what you just need to do, just look for common multiple. So I'll use the square method, which is the easiest, and then I'll just draw them there. And then as simple as it is, look for common factor. Obviously, I'll start with the easy one. I'll start with 3xy. 3xy, it goes there, 5y squared and 6x cubed. Correct. Then look for a common factor there. I'll say 3. I can say 3x. If I do 3x, I have 5y squared and I'll get 2x squared. Then I can do with let's say I'll do with 2. I can do with 2x. Yeah. If I do with 2x, I'll get x and then 5y squared. And then if I do again with x, I'll get 1 and get 5y squared. And then divide again with 5y, I'll get y. And then y, I'll get 1, 1. That's good. Now, so here we have, if you divide with 5y, you get y. And then with y, you get that. And then multiply. So we say least common multiple. You just take 3xy times 3x times 2x times x times 5y times y. Therefore, what do you get? you get your answer. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2, 18. 18 times 5 is 90. So you get 90. And then x power 1 times x power 1, x power 2, x power 3, x power 4. Then you get x power 4. And then y power 1 times y power 1, y power 2. And then times y, you get y power 2. Because now y power 2. So if you look on our y power 2, then so y power 1 times y, you get y power 3. This becomes your answer, 90x power 4 y power 3. So this becomes our answer. So 90x power 4 y power 3, because this y power 1 times y power 1, y power 2 times y, you get y power 3. So 90x power 4 times y power 3. This becomes our answer. Correct. We go to the next unit. Simplify. This is very easy. Simplify. It's called. It's still in the topic of number system and in the subunit called SADS. Now this is very easy. So we know we are going to apply the law of we need to simplify, and we have to write it in the same form. Remember, we have the principle. When you have a big number, always break down it in the form of AB, and maybe you can say AD, something like that. So separately, one should be a square number, the other one should be an odd number. Correct. So you say square root 9 times 3, square root 9 times 3 plus square root 4 times 3, and then split them. So it's square root of 9 times the square root of 3 plus square root of 4 times the square root of 3. Therefore, square root of 9 is 3 root 3 plus square root of 4 is 2 root 3. Then you add up. If you add up, now you have the rule here is 3 root 3 plus 2 root 3. This is the same as you have a root b plus c root b. So what do? In that case, you just the principle here, you say a plus c, then you keep the root b. This is the rule that we're going to use there. Therefore, we say 3 plus 2, then root 3. So you add these two, and your answer becomes 5 root 3. And that's the answer. You just write there 5 root 3. You get full marks. And let's go to question number B. It says 40 root 8 divided by 5 root 2 is equal to k, where k is an integer. Find the value of k. Very important question again. This is simple. You can as well simplify if you know how to simplify. You can as well simplify. Or let's say we have now 40 root 8 over 5 root 2. How do you do in that case? We can say 40 divided by 5. We can say 40 divided by 5, and then we simplify whatever is inside, so that we can easily get, because we want to get is equal to the k. So if it's equal to the k, what do we get in that case? We can simplify on our end, and then we find the value of k. If you want it to be the easier option is the best. Now, in that case, we have this 5 root 2 and 40 root 8. So if you want to simplify, this is way possible. We can simplify. In that case, now split. Let's do it. Let me erase fast. Because now we say, in that case, let's split. So this will generate the same as 40 root 4 times 2, then over 5 root 2. In that case, this one will go to 40 times root 4 times root 2 over 5 times root 2. So root 2 and root 2 can be simplified. Like if you say root 2 and root 2 can be simplified, and then 40 divided by 5, you get 8. So our answer here, 40 divided by 5, you get 8. So we have 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is equal to k. Yeah, that's it. 8 times 2, because root 4 is 2. 8 times 2 is equal to k. 8 times 2 is 16. That's the answer. correctly. That's how you simplify. And then we go to the next question. Rationalize the denominator. In rationalizing the denominator is mean we need to get out, remove the square root. To rationalize, it means you need to remove the square root symbol from the bottom. If you hear anything that calls rationalize from the bottom, just remove the square root symbol from the bottom, this square root symbol. So what do? You find its conjugate. Find its conjugate. How do we get its conjugate? Very simple, dear candidate. So we say 1 over 3 minus root 5. So the whole of this multiplied by 3 plus root 5 multiplied by 3 plus root 5. If you do that, in that case, expand. Now here, it's very simple. In expand on denominator, when you expand this, we say difference of 2 square. So it's the same. This is the same as 3 squared minus root 5 square. Principle. So 3 squared is 9. Root 5 is 5, which you get 4. Root 5 times root 5, you get 5. 3 times 3, 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. So at the bottom, you get that. And then numerator, you say 1 times 3 plus root 5 over 4. Therefore, your answer will be 3 plus root 5 divided by 4. That's the answer. So your answer will be 3 plus root 5 divided by 4. This becomes your answer. 3 plus root 5 divided by 4. Let's go to the next. Write 0.328 as a fraction in its simplest form. Question number 16. Still in number system. Wow. So here we are converting, we say we are converting irrational numbers, and we need to write it as a rational in form of fraction, or we say recurring numbers or numbers without ends. So in that case, we say one rational is equal to 0.328. So 28, you see dots, the dots are in 2 and 8. So it means 2 and 8 are the one that is being repeated, oh, to infinity. So what do? We multiply by 10 here. If you multiply by 10, get 10r. And then if you multiply by 10, means you're moving the decimal 1 plus 2 the right. So you say it will be 3.282828 as you go on. Our idea is to get the decimal part. If you subtract between the first equation and the second equation, you get 0. That's the secret. So what do we do in that case? We multiply again by 10 because the first equation and the second equation, they're not equal. If you subtract, you still get some point on the decimal part. Multiply again by 10. You get 100r is equal to 32.82828, which still, if you subtract between the third, the second, you will not get 0. Then multiply again by 10, you get 1000r is equal to 328.282828. So this fourth equation resembles which one? You can see the fourth equation. You can see here my fourth equation and this one's. If I subtract, I'll get 0 on the decimal. Wow, that's the major goal. So I'll take this one at the bottom here and say minus 10r is equal to 3.28282828. So the idea is to get 0 on the decimal part. So 28 minus 28, you get 0, 0, 0, 0. And then 8 minus 3 is 5. Then here 2 and 3 is equal to 1000 minus 10r, you get 990r. And then divide now. Divide by 990, divide by 990, you get, so my r is equal to 325 over 990. If I simplify further, if you simplify further here, divide, let's say 325 divide by 5, we'll get 65 over 198. Yes, after getting 325 over 990, so 325 divided by 3, you get, if you divide by 3, you get 65 over 198, and that becomes our fraction. Our answer, 65 over 198. That becomes our answer. Correct. Then we go to question number 17. Solid A is mathematically similar to solid B. Wow. This is amazing also. So here talking about similarity of solids. Now, the height of solid A is 7 centimeter and its surface area is 60 square centimeter. The surface area of solid B is 540 square centimeter. Calculate the height of solid B. Wow. So they calculate the height of solid B. So they need to find, we know, in this case you cannot say the area is equal to the length. Length squared should be equal to the area. Yeah, should be equal to the surface area. This is the trick. So if you understand this part, you perform well. So if you have two solids between A and B, the solid A, the height of the solid A, divided by the height of the solid B. If you square this, will be equal to the area of the solid B divided by the area of the solid A. If you're starting with solid B, the height of solid B divided by the height of solid A, you square their answer, then will be equal to the area of solid B divided by the area of solid A. Correct? So we understand the comparison. So in that case, we'll start with the height of solid. I'm starting with the height of solid A, which is the smaller, 7, divided by the height of the large. If I square this, will be equal to the surface area of the smaller solid divided by the surface area of the larger solid. Now, this is what you need to do. So if I do that, that means I'll get 49 h square is equal to 60 divided by 540. If I do this, solve this one divided by that, 6 into that will be 1 out of 9. So I have 49 h square is equal to 1 out of 9. Therefore, h square is 49 times 9. And what do I get in that case? So h square is equal to 441. Square root of 441. So h, find the square root of h square, you get h is equal to 21. So 21 centimeter is the height of solid B. That's it. Question number 18. Make T the subject of the formula. Very simple. Subject of a formula in algebra. This comes from algebra. Knowing algebraic expression, then arranging. So what you need to do, we need to make T the subject. So you just say 2 cross multiply, you get 2pt is equal to m into 1 minus t. Then open the bracket. 2pt is equal to m minus mt. Collect the like terms. Mt should go the other side. So you say 2pt plus negative mt, it becomes plus mt is equal to m. And then we need to make t the subject. Therefore, we need to factorize t. T is common in both. So we say t is equal to 2p plus m is equal to m. Now we need to remain with t. Divide by 2p plus m divided by 2p plus m. As simple as it is. Cancel, cancel. So therefore, t is equal to m divided by 2p plus m. You get your marks. Therefore, these 4 marks, the answer is m. T is equal to m over 2p plus m. Amazing, champion. This is very easy and you score your 4 marks. Get that, get correct method. So that's 3 and you get cancelling when you show that you get your 4 marks. There is no way the examiner will deny you marks from making the subject of a formula. Next question, question number 19. Simplify. This is simplifying. Wow, this is easy. So here we are using the knowledge of still on algebra, but quadratic expressions. So here it's quadratic expressions written in terms of fraction, and you need to simplify. As simple as it is. So we have 7x minus x squared divided by 49 minus x squared. So at the bottom of our fraction, we can see we have a difference of 2 square, and on top we just have a quadratic expression. So we just need to factorize. Look for common factor. At the numerator is the top number. The numerator, we have 7x minus x squared. What's common? X. So x, you get 7 minus x. That's the numerator. at denominator, which is bottom, so we have 49 minus x squared. So here you can factorize each term and you get 7 minus x, which will be 7 plus x. Remember, difference of 2 square, it can be a plus b times a minus b. You get these two expressions the same. So numerator, you say you have x, you have x into 7 minus x divided by at the bottom you have 7 minus x and then you have 7 plus x. Therefore, you can cancel this one, cancel by that. Therefore, your answer will be x over 7 plus x. Wow, that's the answer. Yeah, that's the answer for our question. You get your marks. We go to question number 20. That's amazing. This is called mensuration. Mensuration. Very important question here. We're talking about solids, the arc length. You're talking about diameter. You're talking about an arc. You need to know circle. You need to know radius. This is very important. So the diagram shows a sector of a circle, center O. The radius of the circle is 6 cm. So if the radius is 6 cm, what you need to know? OB is 6 cm, dear candidate, and OA is 6 cm. Perfect. That's what we know. Calculate the length of the major arc AB. Major arc AB, that means we need this one. This is the major arc, major section to there. So calculate the length of the major arc AB. Give your answer in simplest. So examiner's trick, they say, give your answer in its simplest form in terms of pi. So it means if you don't use pi, you are dead. You are dead. If you don't use pi. If you just use maybe 3.14, boom. So let's make sure that is in our calculation. And we know, to get the formula, it's very simple. So the major arc, obviously, we know angles at a point add up to 360. So the major arc, this one will be 360 degrees minus 40. The answer will be 320 degrees. This is the angle of the major arc. And therefore, the formula for finding the arc length, the formula will be circumference is equal to theta over 360 pi d. So theta over 360 pi d. This is the formula for finding the arc length. Therefore, what do you need to do? You say theta is 320 over 360 times pi times the diameter, which is 12 centimeter. Let's simplify. We go to 4 here, 8, 4 here, 9. Then 3 here is 3, 3 here is 4. So 32, we can see our answer will be 32. 8 times 4 is 32 pi over 3. Wow, that's the answer. 32 pi over 3 centimeter. This is the arc length, 32 pi over 3. So our answer will be 32 pi over 3 centimeter. This becomes, and you get all our 3 marks question. Then we go to question number 21. Differentiate. Wow, this is we need to differentiate a function. So this is called differentiation. Differentiation. Very good. dy over dx, when you're finding the derivative of a constant, is 0. So dy dx, so we say dy dx of our polynomial expression will be 3x, then 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, then minus 3 times 2, then x, 2 minus 1, then plus 0. If you differentiate that, in that you say 3x power 2 minus 6x. That's what we get. So our question, our answer will be 3x squared minus 6x. That's what we get. Question B. Find the coordinate of the turning point of the graph of y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 1. So what we need to understand first, the secret, dear candidate, dy dx, examiner's trick, is for you to understand this concept. Dy dx of any polynomial at dy dx, the gradient is equal to 0. Dy dx at the turning point is equal to 0. So, so what do? So we have our derivative on the top. So 3x squared minus 6x is equal to 0. Find the value of x. We need to find the value of x. Here we're going to use the null factor. Let's use the null factor. We're going to use the null factor to solve this. So factorize. We say 3x into, so it becomes x minus 2 is equal to 0. So 3x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0. Or x minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 2. Very good. So we have these two values. Therefore, to get now the coordinate at the turning point, we know we'll have two values. So we input this into. So when x is equal to 0, what will be the value of y? So we say 0 cubed minus 3 times 0 plus 1. So you get 1, because 0 minus 0 plus 1 is 1. So we say x is 0, y is 1. And when x is 2, what will be the value of y? We say 2 cubed minus 3 times 2 squared plus 1. So this is 8 minus 12. So it will be 8 minus 12. It will be 8 minus 12 plus 1. It will be minus 4 plus 1. So 8 minus 12 is minus 4 plus 1, which is minus 3. Therefore, when x is 2, the value of y is minus 3. And when x is 0, the value of y is 1. And we get our answer like that. As simple as it is. So we have 0, 1, and 2, negative 3. You get all 4 marks. So there's a mark there. There's a mark here. There's a mark here and mark there. You get your full 4 marks. There's no way the examiners will deny you correct step working, and you'll prove, because this is an uncalculator paper. Let's go to question 22. Question 22. One of the amazing unit. Champion. This is amazing unit. It's called function. Very important. There is no way you will miss function. Function. They say f of x is equal to 2x plus 5. G of x is equal to x minus 4. H of x is 5 power x. This is an exponential function. Then find f3. This one? Just they want the output. f3. Input, f of x is equal to 2x plus 5. Where there is x, replace with 3. 2 times 3 plus 5. Imagine. 2 times 3, 6 plus 5. 11. Imagine and get mark. So 2 times 3 plus 5. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 5, 11. Amazing. Find the inverse. So this one, they say the inverse. Inverse of a function. As we said in the class, we say when it's 2 power negative 1 is 1 over 2. If it's 3 power negative 1 is 1 over 3. Now when you have a function, our function f of x is equal to 2x plus 5. You can swap the variable. You need to find a function that can outdo this one. Wow, that's it. What do we do in that case? In that case, you say y is equal to 2x plus 5. Then swap the variable. Where there's y, put x. And then where there's x, put y. So 2y plus 5. Now here, this is plus 5. If this plus 5 goes the other side, it will be x minus 5 is equal to 2y. Then make y the subject. So 2y is equal to x minus 5 divided by 2 divided by 2. Y is equal to x minus 5 divided by 2. And this is the same as f inverse x is equal to x minus 5 divided by 2. Now the inverse is x minus 5 divided by 2. You get your 2 marks. As simple as it is. There are different methods of doing this question. Then we go to solve fg of x is equal to 25. So this is called composite function. This is called composite function. How do we do in composite function? As simple as it is. Composite function, what do we do in composite function? In composite function, you just say, what is our f of x? Our f of x is 2x plus 5. What's our g of x? Our g of x is x minus 4. So what do they say f g of x means? We need to use g of x as our output of g of x, the function, as input in function f of x. So where there is x, replace x minus 4. So we say 2 into x minus 4 plus 5. We say 2x minus 8 plus 5, and your question, remember this is equal to 25. So we say 2x minus 3 is equal to 25. Then take the other side. Your answer will be 2x is equal to 28 divided by 2, x is equal to 14. And this becomes your answer. Find x when h inverse of x is equal to 2. So h of x, we need to know now. H inverse, so we say the inverse. This is the inverse of function h of x. Wow. The inverse of the function h of x. So h of x, we understand that h of x is equal to 5 power x, as simple as it is. Now the inverse, we swap variables. We obviously swap variables. Y is equal to 5 power x. Then swap variable, it will be x is equal to 5 power y. Now the inverse is equal to 2. So if the inverse is equal to 2, therefore h inverse will be the same as h inverse of the inverse of function h will be the same as 5 power 2, which is 25. And you get your marks. As simple as it is. Wow. We go to question 23. Write down the value of cos 90. This is simple. Cos 90 is always 0. This you need to know. The cos 90, cos of an angle is always 0. Especially cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. We go to, because the curve of a cos function, 90, it's always at 0 at the origin. Then we go to the diagram shows B. The diagram shows two different right angle triangle joined by a common side. Find x in terms of n. So this is the diagram shows two different right angle triangle joined by a common side. Find x in terms of n. So what we need to know here, we need to understand this principle. When you are given, let's say when you're given an equilateral triangle, and then all the sides are equal, 2, 2. So this is 2, this is 2. Obviously, this will be 60, and this one will be 60 degrees. If you draw a perpendicular bisector at the center here, this will be 1, 1 because they're both 2. And then this will be root 3. I know we know this principle. And then this will be 30, 30 degrees, both 90, 90. So now, if you find any angle, like say, if you say cos 30, if they say cos 30 degrees here, you know cos 30 is root 3 over 2. Because it's this one, cos 30 will be root 3 over 2. Using the identities, root 3 over 2, because adjacent divided by hypotenuse, root 3 over 2. If they say we need sine 30, if you're looking for sine 30, it will be sine 30 will be a half, because sine 30 is opposite divided by hypotenuse, so it's 1 over 2. Therefore, they say find x in terms of n. Find x in terms of n. So what we understand to find n first, because that's the most important. What's the most important is to find n. We can find n first. We know we're given 30 here, and we have n here. So to get x, we need to find this one first. This which is like it's the hypotenuse. To get the hypotenuse, when you're given that, which formula are we going to use? So we say to get hypotenuse, to get the hypotenuse, we'll say we're going to use the formula because we need to know SOHCAHTOA. This is the formula that we're going to use there. We have the angle, we have hypotenuse, and then we have the opposite of that angle. So opposite hypotenuse, we're going to use sine. So we're going to sine 30 degrees is equal to opposite, which is n over sine 30 is equal to n over h. Now, and in that case, for us to get if this is the case now, for us to get this h, we'll say it is sine 30 hypotenuse is equal to n. So divide by sine 30 divided by sine 30. So the hypotenuse will be n over sine 30. So this will be the hypotenuse. Now, after getting this, we are going to now, we need to get, now we have our triangle in that case, our right angle triangle. So we have n divided by sine 30, and then we have this angle, 30 degrees, and they need us to find x again. So they need us to find that x. We have adjacent and without that. So which formula are we going to use? Obviously here, because they say find x in terms of n, we're going to use cos, because you're only given these two sides. You're given adjacent, we have adjacent, so we're going to use car. We have adjacent, and they need, what we're looking for is hypotenuse. So we say cos 30 is equal to, cos 30 is equal to the adjacent, which is n over sine 30, divide by x. That's what we need to do. Wow. So therefore, cos 30, we know from our principle what is cos 30. We know cos 30 is root 3 over 2. Go up. So cos 30 is root 3 over 2, which is equal to n over sine 30, which is 0.5. Then, which is, if you divide by x, is like you're multiplying by 1 over x. Then, what do we do in that case? If you do that, in other words, so you're having n 0.5x, and then you have root 3 over 2. Now, so here they say write x in terms of n. So you say you cross multiply. So you cross multiply. So you say 0.5x root 3 is equal to 2n. And therefore, what we need to do, they say write x, find x in terms of n. So therefore, you divide by 0.5 root 3 divided by 0.5 root 3. When you do that, cancel, you remain with x. So x will be 2n divided by 0.5. So if you multiply this by 0.5 with that, when you get 2 divided by 0.5, you will get 4n over root 3. That's what you get. You get 4n over root 3, and you get your 5 marks. Correct. So because you say 2 divided by 0.5 is 4, and then 4n over root 3. That's what you get as your marks, and you get your question easily. 5 marks like those ones, they need you to understand. And this comes from the topic of trigonometry. Here is mostly trigonometry, and this is trigonometry 2, identifying identities. Very important unit, identifying identities. They need to be at your fingertip. Then we go to question 24. We go to question 24, the last question of our paper. We say A is the point A12 and B is the point B27. Find the y-coordinate of the midpoint of AB. Wow, find the y-coordinate of the midpoint of AB. So the y-coordinate, we know midpoint, the formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So A is, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So they say find the y-coordinate of midpoint of AB. So 12 plus 27 divided by 2 is 39 divided by 2. What do you get? 19.5. That becomes the answer. The line AB, they say the line AB has gradient 3. Find an expression for A in terms of B. Okay. The line AB has gradient 3. What's gradient? The slope or steepness of a line. The gradient, change of y over change of x. So A is equal to y1 or y2 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Change of slope. Now, we have 12 minus 27 over A minus B. That's it. And then is equal to 3. If you do that, then find an expression for A in terms of B. Find an expression for A. That means you need to make A the subject. So we say, in other words, 3 cross multiply, because this is over 1. 3 times, so it's 3A minus 3B is equal to 12 minus 27. So we say 3A minus 3B is equal to 12 minus 27. Make 3A the subject. Okay, so after getting here, 3A minus 3B is equal to 12 minus 27. So make the subject 3B. Say find A in terms of, find an expression for A in terms of B. So negative 3B goes the other side. So we say 3A is equal to 12 minus 27 is minus 15 plus 3B. Therefore, divide by 3. So A is negative 15 plus 3B over 3. So if you need to simplify further, so if you open with 3 to be 3 into negative 5 plus B over 3. So divide by 3. So A is equal to B minus 5. Yeah, B minus 5. This becomes your answer. Now, so question B says D is the point 22, 3, 4 and E is the point 23, 39. D is the point on CE such that 2CE is equal to 5DE. Mark that, dear candidate. So CE, so we say 2, they say 2CE. So 2CE is equal to 2 is equal to E minus C, which is equal to 5DE, which 5 is equal to E minus D. That's vector being applied there. 2 is equal to E, coordinate E is 23, 39, minus C, which we don't know, A, B, and then is equal to 5, which E is given 23, 39, minus D, which is 22, 34. Correct. Now, if you do in that case, we can as well solve this question. Now, let's solve on this other side where we have everything. So we have 23 minus 22. What do we get? We get 1. And then 39 minus 34, we get 5. So we get 1, 5 on the other side. And then here, we get 2. 2 into 23, 39 minus A, comma B, 2. So divide both sides by 2. Divide by 2. What do we get? We get 23, 39 minus A minus B is equal to 5 over 2 into 1, 5. Now, If you take A minus B the other side, what do we get? We get 23, 39. Minus, if you take this the other side, it will be minus 5 over 2 into 1, 5 is equal to A, B. Wow, that's good. So you have 23, 39 minus, if you take 5 over 2 times that, you get 5 over 2. And then 5 over 2 times 5, you get 25 over 2 is equal to A, B. Find the difference. So A, B. So A, to get A, you just take 23 minus 5 over 2, which will be 23 minus 5 over 2 is 46 minus 5 over 2, which is 41 over 2 as value of A. To get the value of B is 39 minus 25 over 2, which is 78 minus 25 over 2. If you do that, 78 minus 25, you get 53 over 2. Now, our answer for the coordinate of C will be 41 over 2, comma, 53 over 2. You get 3 marks. And this is how you solve champion. This was IGCSE extended paper May-June 2025 variant 3. The questions were very simple from variant 1, variant 2, and variant 3. Join Adamside Education Center, and in our YouTube channel we are known as Adamside International. For more videos, for more help on tutorials, you can as well join our physical and online classes. And if you need any question, you can DM us or contact, because our numbers are online, and you can get the feedback directly from me 24/7. Welcome for my online class and physical classes. Thank you. See you at the top, champion. Bye bye.